Oh, man, I haven't been complimented in a while. Whatever.
Nice shoes.
Thanks.
Dude, I think she loves you.
Wow. I think she does love me.
Man, he has no chance.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. Yes. Can't wait till it's out. Dad, guess what? I think I'm in love.
Is that so? What happened?
Well, I was running and she was running and then she complimented my shoes.
Oh, that reminds me of how I met your mother.
Really? How?
Well, I was sitting in the coffee shop reading my Bible and she came up and complimented my glasses.
I think I know what I need to do.
I think we both do.
I'm ready. Perfect. All right. I'm coming. Oh! Hey! I didn't think you'd come back. Ever since you complimented my shoes, I fell in love. I can't imagine my life without you.
This is literally why I don't compliment guys.
Will you marry me?
Are you okay, bro?
Shut up.
I thought she was the one, man. Hey, you can do better.
Okay. Man, girls don't compliment guys because we take it too seriously. And guys, they take it too seriously because girls never compliment us. We don't know how to handle it.
What's up, guys?
What is up?
That was fun to shoot, but
Oh yeah.
it was a little toasty on Sunday. Just a little bit.
I mean, personally, I like to, when I'm outside and it's like on 90-degree weather,
Yeah.
my go-to outfit is that, like a jacket, rubashka.
Yeah.
I didn't have a tie or a bow tie that time, but like
Yeah.
normally I'd be wearing one of those.
Yeah,
So that
definitely
was-
good running gear, for
Oh.
sure.
Yeah, it's like you want to look presentable when you're doing normal things.
You never know who you're gonna
When
meet.
I'm going swimming, same thing. When I'm going to the beach, guess what I'm wearing?
Full fit.
It's full fit.
Full fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hiking, same thing.
Hiking. Well, so hiking is a little more formal for me. I wear
Okay.
a tux when I hike.
Dang. That's pretty impressive. I can't do that. Oh, okay, but anyways.
Oh, we're
the
joking.
shower
We're
thought.
joking. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So today's shower thought, it's a bit confusing. It's different, but we want to make sure we explain it pretty
Yep.
well. So basically, girls don't compliment guys because they're likely to take it too seriously, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the shower thought. Guys take it too seriously because it never happens, so they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
So why we decided to go with that is the concept of it was basically Diana complimented my shoes and I blew it out of proportion, right? And resulting in that. And so
You were motivated by a feeling. You were motivated by a feeling
yeah, yep,
that the compliment made you feel.
yeah. So today, what are we talking about?
Feelings.
Yeah.
All up in the feels.
Feels so.
Oh, it's all up in my feels. Mm-hmm. All up in my feels. So what we want to talk about feelings and emotions. So there's a little bit of a difference between the two. Emotions are kind of the state of just being happy or sad or whatever other emotion that you're feeling. But feeling, on the other hand, is like a response to the emotion. So you could be sad about a certain situation, like something happened, your friend
Rejected.
rejected, and you feel sad. But then you go and with your full tux and outfit and everything, and you go into the shower and you cry about it. That's a feeling now. The sorrow that you're feeling.
So we can sometimes live life and because we aren't emotionally stable, so with our feelings and all that, because we're not stable in that area, we can overthink, we can even like not even take seriously, underthink, and simply not even react properly to circumstances in our lives, right? So we can, there's a time for every emotion, because every emotion is created by God and for us to be humans. We're created in the image of God.
Emotions are good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So there's some, let me throw some out there. Real quick. Confused, scared, lonely, joy, love, gratitude, fear, sadness. That's a few to name.
Did you have those like off the top of your head?
Yeah, they're not in front of me.
Dang, you feel a lot of feels.
Yeah, I feel those every day.
That makes sense. Okay, anyways, we want to talk about not letting your feelings control you and the way that you react to certain things. So when are feelings good for you? So there are moments that feelings are actually good for you. They're in the moment for when somebody passes away and you feel grief, you feel sadness, you cry, and you react a certain way to it and you have these feelings. It's good, it's healthy, it's totally normal. Or even when like a friend lies or betrays you or, you know, stabs you in the back and you feel hurt. Totally normal. Totally okay to be hurt by a situation like that. Or even a good feeling, like you succeeded at something, you got a 4.0 this semester. What other kind of success could you have? You bought a new car.
Tournament in sports.
Tournament, yeah. Tournament.
Tournament. We'll discuss this later. That is not okay.
No.
I'm okay. Let's
kind of heated about this. Tournament.
Tournament sounds weird. What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Tournament.
He has an accent.
You can't just drop that on our.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, you win a tournament, and you
tournament.
feel joy, you feel happy, you feel good things, and it's good. It's good to celebrate the victories. But when do feelings start taking over? When do feelings start controlling who you are? For the example, when it's altering the way that you think, rather than basing it on the truth, you're basing it off of how you feel. So for example, the way somebody made you feel like valued or not valued, like if you did a great project and your teacher doesn't compliment you on it, and you're like, man, like I did a bad job on it or something.
Put a lot of work into it, you didn't get what you wanted.
Yeah, you didn't get the response from other people that you wanted. But when you're not basing the way that you think, like even about yourself, about how you did on that project, about what somebody else is going to tell you about, you know, oh, it was so good or it wasn't so good or oh my gosh, you did amazing, rather than the truth. The truth is that you are valued in God's eyes. He does see you. He does see the hard work that you put in, and even if your teacher didn't see it, even if your peers didn't see it, that doesn't change the fact that you are valued. So when the way that you think is being altered by the way you feel and not by the truth, so if you are waiting for that kind of response from your teacher, then that's unhealthy because you are waiting for a reaction from somebody else in the way that they feel about you.
Yeah, so
or make you feel.
So Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 kind of goes more into that. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him and He will make your paths straight. So as we established, it's okay to feel, you know, but don't make your entire life about Him. Yeah. God uses emotions to guide us, but doesn't rely on them, right? And so they're helpful. They're a helpful tool to show us what we should be doing, what we need to do, conviction, then maybe even a need if you're feeling like you want to carry somebody's burden, you feel bad, feel sad for somebody. Imagine if you had no emotion, if somebody's across, they're crying, they're going through something and you have no emotion and you're just like, you don't feel the need that they have, right? And so God can use and put in our hearts and be like, okay, I want you to talk to that person. Okay, let's say for example, we're in a service and it's time for prayer. Everybody's, they're praying, some people come up, some people don't, and the first 2-3 times, I know this happened to me quite often, and where God would be like, hey, I want you to pray for this person. Like, put your hand on it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just be like, just pray for them, right? But if the only time that I pray for other people in my entire Christian walk is when I feel like God is telling me specifically to go to this person and pray in this very specific moment, where I basically box up God into Him and emotions and telling me, and I don't rely on the relationship that I built with Him to pray for other people, then it halts my growth. It doesn't allow me to be confident and secure in my faith and my relationship with God. The thing about walking with God is you're walking in faith, right? And so learning to not rely on feelings, learning to be secure in your relationship with God, secure in your salvation, allows for you to grow and just pray for other people and just doing that. And so
yeah, there's a lot of consequences that actually come from just relying on emotions. If you've been a believer for a decent amount of time, you can remember the time that, you know, you felt like a high in your walk. You thought you were like on top of a mountain with God. You were just in such a good place with your relationship with God. But if you only base your relationship with God on a feeling of, you know, like how they say, go back to your first love with Him. If you only base it on that high that you have with Him, it's a temporary feeling. You're going to have a crash. And feelings overall, they're just temporary. They come and they go. You like someone, you don't. They propose, and then you walk away. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. But Psalm 9:9, it says, "The Lord also will be a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble." He is never changing. Our feelings are, they come and they go, a good day, bad day. We talk about highs and lows pretty frequently in life. But He doesn't change. We can't rely on things that are temporary because why?
It doesn't make any sense. Why would you rely on something that's just gonna not be there later?
Exactly. And temporary feelings, they always have a crash. If you've, like I was saying, like you've been a believer for a decent amount of time, if you only rely on that high, it's gonna crash. And then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh, like God doesn't love me anymore. No, He never stopped loving you, but you just stopped feeling that love. But it's work. You have to put in the work. It's not just a feeling. So
if you understand that you have feelings, like all of us do, if you understand that there's consequences to trusting only feelings because they're temporary and that doesn't make any sense, then you also have to understand that you need to acknowledge that you need emotional stability and just general emotion. What is that? It's a bug. Emotional intellect. So basically, emotional stability, what does that mean? That means withstand difficult situations, whatever they are, right? Handle adversity and remain productive and capable throughout. So imagine you're going through something tough, right? It's emotional stability. It's okay with receiving some bad news and grieving for it, you know, being sad about it, but not staying and sticking to that for 10 years down the line. Like if your cat died a year ago, rest in peace, your cat. But if they die, and if the cat dies and you're still crying over that cat, 10 years later, I'm sorry to say, that's not something that you should be doing. That kind of shows your instability.
You've never healed.
Yeah, it's important in our Christian walk. So let's take into, you know, let's do an example of like more like Christian application, right? Comfort zone, right? When you're stepping out of your comfort zone, let's say, like we mentioned before, praying, maybe speaking on stage, maybe playing an instrument on stage, or maybe even at school where you're like, yo, I'm a Christian. Here's Jesus, right? That's comfort zone. Getting out of that, right? Stability, emotional stability. What is this thing? The thing is, they can't see it, so we look like weirdos. Stability results in confidence, right? So you're confident. Like, hey, you're confident in your faith. You're just doing well in general. Talking to somebody also who's able to help you with your situation. So let's say you recognize, you're like, I've been crying over my cat for 10 years now. I gotta stop. All right. Or we can take a real example. Let's say that you've been going through, let's say even like you can do a breakup. You can do a family member dying, or a friendship. Somebody just completely stabbing you in the back, just real good right there.
It's holding that grudge and never able to move forward and like seeing all other people the same way that you saw that one person that hurt you in a certain way, whatever it was. Yeah,
and so something you'd want to do is to talk to somebody who's able to help, not just automatically talking to your closest friend, your best friend, or somebody that's around you, maybe even your parents sometimes. You have to understand who you can talk to about your situation that you've gone through. Pastors, leaders, leaders and like Dying Army, or somebody that you can look up to and you can realize, okay, I know that my struggle, they actually care about it. Somebody that actually cares about you as a person, right? And somebody that's willing just to follow up with you, talk with you. And so not talking to anybody about everything that, you know, you're going through. Yeah.
So I guess to like conclude it, we want to say that it's okay to feel emotions. It's okay to
cry.
It's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to be proud of hard work that you put in. Like if you did get a 4.0, rejoice in that. Be proud of it. feel the feels, but there is also a line that has to be drawn.
Oh, yeah.
How long you're going to be feeling the feels? How long is it necessary to actually like hold whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
holding on to?
And the thing is with it is if you're going through something emotional, it's so hard for you to see clearly. It's so hard for you to see through fog when you're just in
Yeah.
it, when you're within it. It's by far the best thing to do is ask for somebody outside of the emotion, outside of the confusion and the storm to help you see something. A lot of times Jesus places people in our lives so that he can help
Use
us
them.
navigate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Would you like to do a closing statement? The truth?
Yeah, I'll say it. And so, with all this being said, truth is the standard that you measure your emotion with. So, what's truth? You already know that the Bible's truth. That read John chapter 1, verse 1. That's everything you need there about truth, right? And every time you're going through something, I don't want to say don't overreact, but at the same time,
Chill, bro.
if you step on a grasshopper, yeah, you can be sad.
Don't cry about it though.
There's no need to bury a grasshopper.
I've done that. Don't get emotional. Remember the truth. What is the truth? Go seek it in the
Read
Word.
the Bible.
What
Pray
is
to
the
Jesus.
truth? If you don't want to read the entire Bible front to back in a day, then Google it. What is the truth?
But make sure it's
I mean, biblical back up. Good thing. Biblical
make
back
sure
up.
it's
Make sure you're actually.
all
All
right.
right. Anyway,
Okay.
thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for listening.
I'm so sorry.
Read the Bible. Just read it. That's all you
Read the
gotta do.
truth and comment with your
All right, bye.
shower thought. Give us your shower thoughts.